Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, see, folks, I'm Platter Videos, series videos I've been doing for the while. I go over there, try food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Feeling a little extra snazzy right now, but we'll get into that in a moment. Yes, indeed, folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out some food and or drink items. I'm going to yammer on about it. I'm going to talk about the various things that I'm wearing and things that I might be doing. Because I like to have a little bit of a personal connection with my audience. Is that so much to ask? I don't think it is. But anyway, yeah, I'm inside my truck. But I'm not wearing my grody work clothes, thankfully. I'm, in fact, feeling a little extra spiffy, like I said, because wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing today? Well, folks, it's my Paragon shirt. If you're not familiar with Paragon, that's actually pretty reasonable. They're an excellent, were an excellent local band. They were like the first local band that I really started to follow and like actively, go to their shows on a regular basis. I ended up becoming friends with those guys. It's actually a reason why I'm wearing it today. One of the guys is actually moving out of the country. So I don't, I don't know if/when I'll ever see the guy. So I figure, be out there and go hang out with him for a bit. But I figure I'd get a couple reviews in real quick. I'm also wearing a fancy hat. And I got these Nido beads, which I've featured in a few of my videos before. These are made by a friend of mine named China McCoy. He is a martial artist, actor, stuntman, comic book producer, animation studio head. He's got a whole thing going with that. But he makes these, and if anybody is ever interested, just let me know. I'll put you in contact with him. Anyway, what am I trying for y'all today? What are we doing? We're doing boom! It's this for no reason whatsoever. It is, sure, why not? It is Snickers artificially flavored iced coffee by Victor Allen's. I have no idea what the fuck Victor Allen's is, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's basically the general, kind of Starbucks makeup. I would imagine they probably get their containers from the same place. But yeah, man, I found this Walmart like maybe a week ago. And I was like, let's get it out of the way. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. So let's get it done. Let's open the thing up. I've reviewed some stuff like this before. The Hostess. I don't know, maybe it was made by the same company. I don't know. But I did a bunch of Hostess coffee drinks, like Twinkies and Ho-Hos and all that shit. Go watch those videos. Wow. That very genuinely smelled like when you bite into a Snickers. Like I got a big peanut flavor, or big peanut smell. Let's go ahead. I mean, all right. I mean, Victor Allen's, apparently y'all know what the fuck you're doing. So two things right off the bat. First of all, it's really tasty. Like, it's super good. I like this a lot. Second thing, they kind of managed to make it work with the Snickers flavor. Like, I'm not going to say it's like 1-for-1 or anything. It was never going to be. It's a coffee drink, obviously. But I am genuinely getting like hints of like a Snickers eating experience. Because you've got like the general coffee flavor. Which is good. Maybe kind of like a light mocha. So it's got a little chocolatiness to it. Got some sweetness. But then the thing that really gets me is that you get like elements that are actually evocative of when you eat a Snickers. You're getting like sort of a peanut kind of taste to it. But not in a way that's like, like a Reese's. It's like more distinct peanut flavor. More like an actual peanut instead of peanut butter. Yeah. I will say, as I'm drinking it, either my palate is becoming more adjusted to it, or, as is definitely been the case in the past with certain drinks that I've had, you get the biggest wallop of flavor kind of at the beginning of the thing, even though I shook it up and everything. And then certain elements start to fade out. I feel like that's a little bit the case. I'm definitely not getting the same wallop of peanut that I did the first two swigs that I took. Just swigging those nuts. Because I am a child. Yeah, it loses a little something after its initial burst, but it's still there. It's just more faint. The kind of, if there's a good thing to be had with that, it's that with the peanut flavor sort of dialing back a little bit, I think you get more of sort of a caramel aspect to it. Like, there's definitely something there besides just the coffee and the chocolate and the peanut. And I'm guessing that's intended to be like sort of a caramel take on things. But it's really good. And I'm surprised because, like, I've tried stuff like this before. Like I said, I've done like the Hostess stuff, and those were kind of hit or miss. But even like, I never did a review for it, but like they had the Snickers milk for a while. I don't know if it's still available or not. But, it was like, okay. Like, this, I think, actually does a better job of trying to taste like a Snickers. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very down with this. I like this a lot. And I mean, just as far as like the overall taste of it goes, like, it's a sweet drink. It's definitely sweet forward, which for me works because, like, I like coffee to a certain extent, but I'm more a fan of coffee adjacent things. This falls in that category. If you want like bold coffee flavor, with the Colombian mountains in the distance and all that, that's not this. It's not this. Although, ironically, I wasn't even aiming for this, but my friend in Paragon is actually moving to Colombia. That's where the fuck he's going. I guess it was on my brain. But yeah, no, it's not the most coffee forward, but I mean, it's a smooth drink. It's sweet. It's not, for me, it's not like overly sweet, but I could see some people taking issue with it. So just kind of take that into account. But I mean, overall as a drink, I mean, it's tasty as a coffee, and they managed to go over there and get, a reasonable facsimile of some Snickers going on in it. Which brings me to this part. I have to go over there. I have to ask myself two questions. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Would I get it again? Yeah. So far, I've only found it at Walmart, but like, if I ran into this someplace, I'd be super down with that. Just an occasional thing. I think this would be nice to kind of break it up. Like, I don't do a lot of the Starbucks stuff these days, but, periodically. This would be a nice one to, even though it's not Starbucks, but to kind of add into that roster. And as for recommending it, like, yeah, man, I mean, like I said, it depends on the type of person you are. I think if you're already familiar with this format through Starbucks and other companies like that, you probably have a good idea of what you're going in for. The main thing is really just the Snickers aspect, and I think they nailed that. So, for me, it's definitely a win. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, Joe Pendis rest of your year. And folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly Snickers-tastic rest of your life, which isn't a thing I would normally say, because, like, I'm not the biggest Snickers guy. I like a Snickers, but, it's not my favorite candy bar. More of a Milky Way guy. Some people say it's, doesn't have the complexity. I'm a simple man. I did have a cat named Snickers, though. I mean, sort of. Like, my mom got him for me, but, like, I'd only kind of see my mom, like, periodically, because, like, there was just a distance thing and stuff at the time. So it's like, it never really felt like my cat. But he was a cool cat, he was terrified of me because I was like super little at the time, and I just kind of tormented him because I was a little asshole at the time. It wasn't anything like super mean. I just wanted to hang out with him and like didn't understand that like, cats don't work that way. They don't work like dogs do. At least not most cats. My current cat wants to bother me all the time because he's adorable. Anyway, Final two things, folks. Number one, try to bring some positivity in your world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But we do if you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, that's not always the easiest thing in the world to do, trust me. I wish it was. I wish it was. But it's not. And even like for me today, this is, I'm going to go see some friends. I'm going to have, hopefully some delicious food. It's, we're meeting up at a bar and burger spot and everything. That's normally a joyous occasion, but at the same time, this is probably going to be the last time that I see this guy, at least for any reasonable period of time. I don't know what's going to end up happening, but, that hurts a little bit. When we find ourselves in distressing situations like that, it's important we go over there, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Normally I come up with some sort of wacky scenario, but given that I'm in a little bit of a sentimental mood, as it were, you know what, folks, just, make sure that whatever you're doing with yourself, you're doing it, the best for you and the best for your family and the best for the people around you, even if sometimes that means that, you might have to, create some distance. It sucks a little bit, but at the end of the day, friends are going to come and go in our lives, and, we just wish them the best and hope that everything works out great for them. So, yeah. Anyway, bye.